The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's away we go then. Iker Casillas, Jim, a man considered amongst the greatest ever when it comes to goalkeeping.
Yeah, and it's all the more impressive given that he's relatively short for a keeper, Peter. But he makes up for it with his agility, his laser focus and the ability to live up to the big occasion. Also, don't forget the way he exerts control, despite not being particularly outspoken. That is something else too.
And it's Lopez. Passing is crisp and sharp. Shifted it to the flank. Szoboszlai. He's chosen to go back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
It's Maradona! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Maradona is offering a wry smile there.
Valencia with the corner. They're first. And it's been taken short. And now a sudden chance to counter. Spread it left. Pedri. Camera. Fermin proves just a little bit too strong. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Pedri. Still goalless. Pedri can so cleverly bypass the press. Szoboszlai! Denied by an instinctive save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
Corner number 2 then. Szoboszlai goes short. And he skips past his man. And it's Szoboszlai. Pedri. That's very neat. Gets into some space. Chooses to go back. Vasco da Gama applying the press here, a high press.
Yeah, we see this so often these days, but it does demand an awful lot of work rate and, of course, the discipline, because it has to be with everyone. It can't be with one or two. If that starts happening here, it'll just fall away.
Yeah, and there are so much of them, but of course, the returns can be terrific. And the shot has a shot! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Lamine Yamal actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Maradona for Szoboszlai. And it's Maradona. That's really well manoeuvred. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Camera. Now it's Puskás. Picked out brilliantly. Timber did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Alvarez. Pau Torres. Now it's Alvarez. Now it's Doué. Szoboszlai receives it in a good position here. Maldini plays it all the way forward. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. And He's in on goal! Oh, well played, well played. And he's quick to get it clear again. Maradona. Oh, that's fabulous. Alvarez. So, what can they make of this? Now it's Yamal. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Camera. Vitinha. Little doubt, that is a foul. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. Camera. Szoboszlai. And it's Doué. Camera. And Torres. Now it's Lopez. Just eases him off the ball. And the half-time whistle goes. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. Any strong opinions on the first half?
I think they can be very happy with the flow of the game so far. They're moving the ball around very nicely. They're creating opportunities too. They must need to find a way to add that touch of quality in front of goal, that extra clinical edge.
And after 45 minutes, it is still goalless. A change perhaps after half-time. Here we go again then. 0-0, and we're at the halfway point. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. Darren Fletcher. Oh, it's a promising build-up this, plenty of really nice passing. Rijkaard. Now it's Puskas. Passing nice and neat. Cafu. And here's Elise. And it's Rijkaard. And it's Fletcher. Gives it back.
That's good pressure. It gave him no other choice.
It's a good spell of possession, this. And Puskas! Oh, off the bar! Neymar with the short one. And here's Neymar. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Szoboszlai. Cafu shows great strength. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. It's Pedri. Raul producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. And he welcomes it in. He's shifting through the gears here. Oh, well played. And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Strong running down that left flank. And here's Neymar. He's in space and looking for options. Then Bronkhorst. And here's Raul. And he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. It is still anyone's game, 0-0. Szoboszlai. Maradona. He's picked his way through. Camera. It's Pedri. Now it's Alvarez. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Alvarez showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Van Bronkhorst. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Van Bronckhorst. Oh, it's come loose. But they've got it again. And it's Neymar. He's being urged to shoot. Maradona. And it's Maradona. To camera. Maradona. The muscular approach does pay off here. And this is Fletcher. And he's only too happy to take that back. He's going for goal! Glorious! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! That could turn out to be a huge, huge goal!
Well, you can see what it means to all of them. A frustrating game, but now they have what they wanted, and they're rightly pumped and ready to go again.
Right place, right time, and a fine, instinctive finish.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
So the first goal of the game.
Look, you can't deny that it's a blow, but this game is far from unsalvageable.
Fermin. Spread out to the left. Now it's Maradona. Fermin, he is onto this.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Now it's Puskas. And that pass just didn't quite work. Pass somewhat off target. Neymar. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here.
Well, at the moment, we're seeing an attempt to manage the advantage.
Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Big chance! Sticks it away! And he's got what he came for, his 20th goal. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. OK, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
And the shot! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
All hands on deck for this one. Keeper's dealt with that. And that is that. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Pedri picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Yeah, this looked the most likely outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.
So just time for me to say thanks to Jim for his wisdom, and to wish you all a very good evening. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. And we're underway. Well, here we go then with this bundle of joy and excitement that has always been Ronaldinho. His career, a thing of legend. But Jim, if you were to name just one game that defines him, it would be...
Well, I think undoubtedly it has to be the away game in Madrid back in 2005. He himself scored 2 second-half goals, but I can never forget the scenes when the home fans started applauding him. The moment when even the worst of enemies had to admire what he did on that night.
It was an extraordinary sight. Now it's Iniesta. Szoboszlai. Camera. Now it's Iniesta.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And it's Iniesta. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Pedri, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Valencia appearing to have the better of things in these early exchanges. Nice bit of trickery. And here's Iniesta. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, good take in a good area. Picked out, goes for a shot! And it's a goal! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Algeria are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Pedri going face-to-face with his great rival. Howson makes the interception. De Jong. Pedri can so cleverly bypass the press. Now it's Lopez. Valencia are seeing plenty of the ball, but for now they trail. Hazard receives it in a wide position. Decent chance! They've done it! And they're at it again, in double quick time. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
Algeria are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
And things...
Fake chance for a shot! And the keeper's glad to see the back of that.
Well, it was probably, for him, the best option, but then again, I'm not the best judge of that.
Pedri.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Stones. This is De Jong. And it's Pedri. Musiala. To Camera. Stones. De Jong. And it's Pedri. Now it's Musiala. He's had it taken off him. Hakimi did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to... Alvarez! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
That's great industry from the front line there. A lot of chasing, a lot of pressure, and they forced the error.
Hakimi. Chouameni. And he's forced to go back. And it's gone back to the keeper. Ter Stegen. Done delicately. Nicely weighted ball. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Szoboszlai. Time perhaps for one last twist before half-time. It's Pedri. And it's De Jong. And it's Musiala. De Jong. Valencia have a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Iniesta. Knocks it into space. They get a throw in. De Jong. And it's Stones. Kamara. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Well, you might think he got off lightly. It is just a verbal warning. And it's Iniesta. Gets a good foot in there. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. And he's managed to get free. This looks... He's had a shot! Oh, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Pedri. De Jong.
Habrá 2 minutos de descuento.
Looking for the run. It's a promising position. He's a sharp little ball here. Now here's the big header! Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. Reflections on the first half?
Well, I'm looking at the body language, Peter, and it doesn't look great. It's going to be pretty hard for them to pick themselves up from here, but there's still a maybe at play. Maybe they'll thrive on the adversity.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite...
There's the shot! Yes! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. There was to be only one outcome.
Well, when you get in that position, it's all about composure. Panic can't come into it, and it didn't.
Algeria find a position of real strength now. Camera. Pedri. To Camera. Oh, he's been caught on it here. And that could set him on his way. He's shifting through the gears here. Little deep header! Harmlessly behind.
It's almost like he had too much thinking time there, Peter.
Szoboszlai. And it's Stones. De Jong. Camera. Iniesta. And it's Szoboszlai. Can he get it through? Fermin in 8 shoots! And they've caught Reed.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed.
No way through. Pedri. Pedri concedes a free kick for that. Camera. And it's Iniesta. Pedri. And the shot! Pedri, who does have an assist to his name. Algeria do have a chance to counter here. Dink through. And no, and it's been given away. Szoboszlai tries to pass it through. Marquinhos. Howson. No, that's been intercepted. Szoboszlai. That is good alertness. Nicely shaped ball. That's been cut out, well played. More and more pressure on the ball here. Szoboszlai. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Pedri, played into space. And he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Short changes him with that pass. Nice-looking ball. Hazard. He's found a way through. Delivers the ball. And the keeper gets his hands on it. Camera. And it's Pedri.
Algeria have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Just a quarter of an hour to play. Turns back here, probably the best option. Stones. For Iniesta. De Jong. And it's Iniesta. Szoboszlai. Great ball, and he's in here. Has a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, that's a sign that he clearly feels the need to take it upon himself to try and get his side back into this.
Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Costa Curta. That has been slung wide. And it's Ronaldinho. He shifted it to the flank. And he was alert to it. Real chance! Oh, it's fallen kindly here. Keeper's got his work done.
Yeah, he came away empty-handed in the end, but it was wonderful movement.
Algeria with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Nice control. He's on it. Can he get away? And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
Valencia are able now to make their substitution. It's been on the cards for a few moments now. Pedri.
El dorsal 44. Serán sustituidos por
Tonali.
el dorsal 21, el dorsal 9.
Now Timber. Can they get him away? Played into space out wide.
El dorsal 19.
That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Neymar. Very nicely done. Gavi. And he's had it nicked away.
3 minutos de descuento.
The ball is loose and the chase is on.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, he's found support out wide. He's picked his way through. Pedri. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Eze going full tilt down the left. Oh, that's fabulous. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Valencia cannot spin this any other way. They came up against opponents who were thrilling, at times unplayable, who simply brushed them off. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We have already started here.
Well, this 4-4-2 formation is often used in the modern era defensively, but it used to be the gold standard of formations a generation or so ago, Peter, and it does allow the fullbacks to play a key role in attack.
Yeah, they offer most of the width, don't they?
Exactly. You want them to be high up the pitch so they can get themselves into the final third whenever possible. This will, of course, ask an awful lot of the centre halves and the central midfielders, who need to drop into position and cover the spaces.
That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Kamara. And here's Pedri. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Iniesta going face-to-face with his great rival. Eze purring, and he shoots! Eze out of this world! A finish right from the top draw! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Well, entry via the post is at the widest possible point, which means a keeper is well and truly beaten.
So, a breakthrough already. Valencia leading here thanks to that early goal, and the score is 1-0.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Pedri. Iniesta. And it's Pedri. And he's intervened well there. Can he get it through? Cruyff. Camera. Valencia are very much in charge here, dominating possession and a goal to the good. Camera. Well, that pass isn't the best. And here's Eto'o. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
CD Nacional clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
It's a promising position. That's very neat. Iniesta. Shot a goal! He's got a goal! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. That was a given. It always was.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
Valencia are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
We're looking at a very different game now. The command has been established.
Iniesta. To Camera. Turns back here, probably the best option. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. He is through here. Camera. Pedri conjures time and space where few can. And it's Eze. Looking to play him in. That is a brilliant interception. Timber. Not the most convincing of passes. That is ended up in no man's land. Tries a shot! Szoboszlai. And Fermin. Pedri. Eze does have his name on the score sheet, of course. And it's Pedri. To Camera. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. Valencia finding their passes. Pass somewhat off target. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. Threads one in. He's being urged to shoot. It is a corner. And we have our very first corner. Tries to get it clear. Valencia have the chance to go the other way. And this is Eto'o. Pedri. Looking for the run. Cruyff. And that is expertly dealt with. Iniesta. Camera. And that's a good ball.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
Kyle Walker. Ah, he's given it away. Cruyff. Decent chance! It's in! And right on half-time, that is telling. And it has to be said, an absolute gift.
I think the defence really needs...
And there is the half-time whistle. So, engaging and still right on edge. Plenty of signs to suggest this will turn out to be a really good one. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Valencia head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2-1. And the game has already resumed here. Pedri. And the pass is intercepted. Good running, strong and purposeful. Camera. Not the most accurate pass. Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Kyle Walker. Some front-footed pressing going on here. Camera. And it's Eze. And that is a little undercooked. Now it's Eto'o. Eze. Nicely weighted ball. Marquez spots it and intercepts. Kyle Walker. Camera. Timber. Raya.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
He's had a shot! It's loose now and they want to get it back. Fermin. Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai, who's set up one goal so far. And it's Pedri. To Camera. Engages and forces him off the ball. He can run onto that.
CD Nacional really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Eto'o. Szoboszlai. Neymar. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And the shot! In he goes again. Sticks it away. They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, they say all goalkeepers are crazy, and after that, maybe there's some truth in it.
We have ourselves a real game here.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Great vision. Bumps him off it and wins back the ball. Eze. Timber. And it's Pedri. Iniesta. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And this is Eto'o. That's been cut out, well played. Szoboszlai. Fermin. Now it's Neymar. The defence opting here for strength in numbers. Tries to pass it through. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Camera. Now it's Neymar. That's a nicely shaped ball. Oh, that's fabulous. Takes a shot! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Pedri just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Número 20. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 10. Neymar. Número 27.
Soboslai goes short. And it's Soboslai. Showing good feet. And that's really well manoeuvred.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Pete.
And it's Cruyff. Oh, shooting chance! And it's come back out to him. That's good pressing, squeezing the play. Now, can they get him away? The final 5 minutes. Pedri, neatly clipped into space.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Lopez. Now it's Cruyff. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. That's been slipped through. Oh no, this does not look good.
Vamos ter minuto de compensação.
Now it's Hazard. And we're done. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, neither side could get over the line here. Perhaps one team might be happier, but at the final reckoning, it's honours even and no complaints.
Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. And as you can see, we've already started here. Iker Casillas, Jim, a man considered amongst the greatest ever when it comes to goalkeeping.
Yeah, and it's all the more impressive given that he's relatively short for a keeper, Peter. But he makes up for it with his agility, his laser focus and the ability to live up to the big occasion. Also, don't forget the way he exerts control, despite not being particularly outspoken. That is something else too.
Iniesta. And Torres. Alvarez. And Torres. And here's Pedri. Oh, super ball. And a chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
And the shot! Now, it's Pele! It's in!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence, and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Pau Torres, Pedri, Fermin, and it's Pedri, Iniesta. Now it's Doué. Doué will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Can he get it through? Oh, no, that was never going to make it. Marquez is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Valencia are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Pedri.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Marquez. That has ended up in no man's land. Van Basten! An attempt which, in hindsight, was probably just beyond him.
He did very well trying to adjust himself, but not the expected outcome.
Fermin. Pedri. And it's Iniesta. Now it's Doué. Tries a shot! He scored! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now. Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Now this could be a chance. Szoboszlai. And Torres. Oh, it's Van Basten. He's away! And it's Van Basten. Big chance! Oh, it's come off the upright. What a throw in. Pedri plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Camera. And it's Iniesta. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Stones. For Szoboszlai. And that is a little undercooked. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
It's Iniesta! They scored! And he draws the sweetest of pictures.
Oh, Peter, it's a lovely piece of deception in shaping to whack it and then opting for a lovely little lob.
Marcó en el minuto 43 el dorsal 13. Iniesta.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Pau Torres.
Habrá un minuto de descuento.
Camera. And there is the half-time whistle. Valencia come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. The midway point of the game.
Well, give me a moment to get my breath back. What a super half of football. Incident-packed, goals, comebacks, and the match being turned on its head. Which way it's going to go from here, it's anyone's guess.
Valencia are leading by 1 in a finely poised game. It's 2-1 at half-time. And that's the start of another 45 minutes. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the pass is intercepted. Fermin. Pedri. And it's Marquez. Iniesta. Camera. And Iniesta. Doué. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And it's Pedri. Szoboszlai. And it's Szoboszlai. And here's Iniesta. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now Stones. Marquez. Pass somewhat off target. Now, can they get him away? Couldn't squeeze it through. Marquez. And it's Pedri. It's Pedri. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. And it's Iniesta. Pelé. Busquets. 60 minutes played. Pedri. Fermin, who does have an assist to his name. Camera. Pau Torres. Iniesta. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Lopez. Pedri. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. Valencia with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. They've played it short. Iniesta. And it's Soboslai. Camera. Due is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. That's a... Can he finish? It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Danger averted for now. Busquets. Camera. Valencia finding their passes. Szoboszlai. He won't be happy with that one. He shifted it to the flank. Iniesta. Half an hour gone in the second half. Has a shot!
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
Corner number 2 then.
El dorsal 13, Iniesta, serán sustituidos por el dorsal 9, Neymar.
Szoboszlai goes short.
Se va a llevar a cabo un cambio de jugadores.
And it's Pedri. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively. Well, there's plenty to like about this approach. Get your head down, keep battling away, and eventually things might change for you.
Maradona. Camera. Stones. Camera. Can he get on the end of this? Oh, good take in a good area.
This usually is the time teams go into conservation mode.
Pinches it off him. And it's Pedri. Neymar is onto this. Oh, shooting chance! No way through. Kamara. Szoboszlai. Passing is crisp and sharp. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
No, that's been intercepted. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Chance, surely! He scores! They have stolen level at the last! Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Such a smart finish, and the setup was very good too, but defensively, they didn't cover themselves in glory here.
And there goes the final whistle. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either side to find a winner. Well, how will we look back on that?
Well, that really did fly by. It's one of these games where everything progresses at 100 miles per hour, and at the end of it, this is what you can sometimes get. There may have been no winner, but still a tremendous watch.
And that's where we have to end it. From me, Peter Drury, and my co-commentator Jim Beglin. A very good evening to you all. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
David De Gea, simply because of the remarkable strides he's made to earn the worldwide respect that now exists. From an insecure, hesitant spell, he's grown into a supremely confident and assured character.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him. Valencia finding their passes. That looks a cracking ball. And he's had a hit! He's done very well to get to that.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Boca Juniors with the corner, they're first. Messi goes short. And now they can spring out of defence. More and more pressure on the ball here. Gavi. And Torres. Camera. Pedri. Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Knocks it into space. Look at the space here. In by... Oh, he's got tall! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens, it gets pinched.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Turan. Played towards the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
And it's Ronaldinho. Ronaldinho! It's a loose ball. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
That's great reading of the game, and it led to a decent chance. Cracking aggression.
Is their second corner of the game. And it's been taken short. Oh, that was vital. And now a sudden chance to counter. Valencia still without a single shot on target. Ronaldinho quietly revving up. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Doué looking to penetrate opposition lines. Pedri. Another pass, just keeps it ticking over. Oh, good spread. Kaka. And it's Neymar. Neymar goes on a run down the left wing. Oh, that's neat. Oh, right place, right time.
Oh, that's excellent. Such a clean tackle.
Marquez. Szoboszlai. And here's Messi. Passes coming off in quick succession here. And this is Shevchenko. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. It's not an especially good pass, that. Pedri. Gavi. Camera. Heading backwards. Passing is crisp and sharp. Alvarez. Maradona. To Camera. Well, that looks a decent ball. Finds himself unceremoniously floored. Goes down, but nothing given. And it's Maradona. Well, a goal here would be the ultimate pick-me-up just before the break. And it's Maradona. Maradona. Over to the left. Gavi. Now it's Pedri. And try to spin that positively. I certainly can't. Boca Juniors do have a chance to counter here. Oh, super find. That's very neat. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Pau Torres. Gavi. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And that's been won straight back.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Well, that pass isn't the best. And the half-time whistle goes. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, it's been nothing but frustration, really, Peter. I think the team as a whole has to take more risks, but they really need to up their quality too.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 11.
And the second half gets underway.
El dorsal 9. Neymar.
So the first half brought no goals. Maradona. Valencia, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
No, he wasn't going to let him past. Doué is always playing with one eye on the spectacular. Cannavaro. And that's going right the way across. Pedri. Now it's Neymar. And it's Messi. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Well, they continue each to cancel the other out. Oh, what has happened here? Now the ball in.
Boca Juniors clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
Kyle Walker. And still we await the first breakthrough. Marquez. Valencia still have the cards to affect this game. Here's Maradona. And it's Soboslai. Pedri. Neymar. Plays a sharp little ball here. Oh, red, nice interception. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Boca Juniors clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
And here's Kaká. And that interception was Most great chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Shevchenko actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
So, third corner of the game. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Cleared without hesitation. And Messi! Oh, it rattles the bar! And it's Zanetti. Played in, terrific header! Oh, surely that deserved a better outcome.
That definitely had the element of surprise to it. Clearly came in when no one was expecting it, and it was drilled.
Szoboszlai. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Aimed beyond the defence. Ronaldinho. He is through here. And instinctive, he gets big! Smashing delivery, just didn't do enough with it.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Szoboszlai. And Doué. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Camera. Pau Torres. Valencia desperately searching for the winner here. That is good alertness. Szoboszlai. Marquez. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Pau Torres.
Well, it's very much looking like this might be destined for a scoreless outcome.
Marquez is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Now it's Alvarez. And he's in on goal. Pedri! Oh, what about that? And that might well be that. And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
Valencia take the lead. Now it's just a question of holding on.
Well, look, Peter, I feel I've got to stress that there's still time for another, so we can't be too presumptuous yet.
Messi, he's come in hard. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Habrá 3 minutos de descuento.
Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. And the number on the board is 3. Now it's Alvarez. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And it's Cruyff. And we're done. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Pedri taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match, and deservedly so. Thrilling, nail-biting, perhaps frustrating until the very end, but we do have a winner.
Well, I just think that determination and persistence has paid off handsomely to squeeze the win out of a draw. Sometimes it comes down to grit and desire and the stubbornness to keep plugging away. And this has been great staying power.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So it's away we go then.
For the ultimate model of consistency and longevity, there is the perfect example in front of us.
Javier Zanetti goes on forever, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that's why they call him the tractor. He just ploughs on and on with boundless energy.
Great vision. Aims beyond the defence. He's got away. Eze! Well, now it's a race for the ball. He's looking wide.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Oh, that's well spotted. Szoboszlai. To camera. Kyle Walker. Albert Ferrer. Nicely spread. Back into the middle. And he was alert to it. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Pau Torres goes on a charge down the left. Musiala. Camera. Passing is crisp and sharp. For Musiala. Pedri. Oh, that's a fine challenge. Well, that has not gone well. Musiala gets into a good position. Now this could be a chance. Valencia are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. And he's forced to go back. Oh, this looks sharp. And that's played in low. And that has been clubbed away. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. Best, very much a man of this moment.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
Yeah, and it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
Eze. And he skips past his man. Pedri. Referee's given a throw. And he's managed to gift it back. And here's Alvarez. Tries to pass it through. Oh, good-looking ball. Pau Torres, not the most convincing of passes. And it's Pedri. And Torres. Now it's Alvarez. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Olise gets across and deals with it. He has found a way through. That's an excellent interception. Musiala. Out to the left it goes. Knocks it into space. Now it's Alvarez. Goes for a shot! And the ball is out of play. Well, the referee's pulled play back and has booked him for the original offence. Rijkaard is the team's great visionary. Neither side giving way, it has been tight. Neymar. Nicely weighted ball. Shifted it to the flank. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner. And we have our very first corner. Rashford plays it short. He is just caressing the ball. And it's Zanetti. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Kyle Walker. Marquez. Valencia finding their passes, looking for the run. Eze has it out wide and in space. Muscular approach does pay off here. Albert Ferrer did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. And that'll be the last act of the first half. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, at least the defence can look back on a job pretty well done so far, Peter. I think they've squeezed the play quite well and they've been relentless in their pressing. So the energy levels have looked good.
So, both teams still stuck on the starting blocks here. 0-0 at the break.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 4.
Here we go again.
El dorsal 9.
Well, I suppose from a defensive perspective, Peter, neither manager can be too unhappy. I just wonder which team is going to up the ante first.
Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Valencia do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Olise just eases him off the ball. Musiala. Now it's Neymar. Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. Walker did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Massaro surely had to know he had the support to his right, and if he didn't, he just needs to get his head up.
Oh no, this does not look good.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Up towards the hour mark and still no goals. And that's a throw-in. Over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Neymar. Ambitious ball here. Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And that is as far as they're going to go. Very little to report from an attacking perspective. Jim, it's a cagey old game.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
And it's Musiala. Nice physical challenge. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. And the referee has shown him a yellow card. He does seem to be in considerable discomfort. I do hope it's nothing serious. Pau Torres. And he's played it back.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
Now it's Lopez. He's tried one! Oh, that was close. Zanetti. Valencia still have the cards to affect this game. Opts for safety. Albert Ferrer. Quality ball. Gets a good foot in there. Massaro. Well, that looks a decent ball. And it's been kept. Chance, surely! He's got a goal! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Well, what a shift in moods here, Peter. That weight's finally off their shoulders, and tails are well and truly up.
There was no getting to that, no getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
75 minutes played. Knocks it out wide. And it's Soboslai. Tries to play it through.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
El dorsal 20, el dorsal 42, el dorsal 44. Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 13, Iniesta, el dorsal 21,
It's Albert Ferrer.
el dorsal 19.
Kukçu.
Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Pedri. Pedri conjures time and space where few can. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Maradona will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Valencia are in a tearing hurry to save themselves here.
At least they're going about it as they should, having brought this on themselves.
Cleared away. And now the breakaway. Can he get on the end of this? He's being urged. He's having a shot! It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
2 up and very little time left. Surely this is it.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
Camavinga. And he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Baresi cuts it out. Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Best. He's gone for goal! Oh, the keeper's done it. And that's that. Well, that's a tough one. Losing is never good, but this one feels especially hard to take. Not a lot that went glaringly wrong, but the result is one that will make them suffer. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Well, Peter, I really couldn't see what this team was trying to achieve, whether it's the manager's message not getting through or not having the right players in the right positions. It all looked a bit lost.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. We have already started here. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Well, Peter, you can never emphasise enough just how important it is to have a dependable goalkeeper, and this fella, Emi Martinez, is certainly one that fits the bill. He's one of the characters left in the game nowadays. I mean, people describe him as a little eccentric, and truth be told, he is at times, but I think we need that in the modern game. We need our characters, we need our big personalities, and I'm glad we've got one here.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Gavi. Spread out to the left. De Jong. And he stands tall, impenetrable. Now, what about a counter-attack? Lukaku. Now it's Pedri. He's had a shot! And he's done it!
Well, what a statement of intent. Who better to be the one to have the first say? A cracking opening to this game.
They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
It's just sloppy to lose the ball like that, Peter. The ease which they were able to cut through them from there, that definitely doesn't have a good look about it.
Valencia are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. Lukaku! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. And we have our very first corner. That has been knocked clear. Well, that pass isn't the best. And it's Neymar. Valencia are looking to go forward now. Now it's Szoboszlai. He's picked his way through. They're urging him to shoot. Oh, he's played it in low. And that's the keeper's ball. Valencia are behind here, despite their domination of possession. Alvarez. That's been slipped through. Oh, look at that. Shapes to shoot! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Gavi really struggling to influence the game.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Decent chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
And it's been taken short. Jose. A lot of space ahead of him. It's Iniesta! He scored! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
Just way too good, Peter. The keeper was never going to stop it.
Valencia grabbed the equaliser and we're all square.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what...
There's the header! And that's caused a worry or two. And it's Neymar. Timber promptly onto that, and that is that. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Gavi. 30 minutes gone. Szoboszlai. And here's Alvarez. Iniesta. Steaming on goalwards.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Marquez calmly anticipates, plays it through. Eze providing an outlet on that flank. He's shifting through the gears here. It's a good... He gets big! Goal! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and made it perfectly.
Valencia go into the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Iniesta. Now, can they get him away? Has a look and plays it forward. And it's Gavi. This is De Jong. Marquez is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And it's Szoboszlai. Alvarez. He's beat and he shoots! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And this could be the final action of the first half. Szoboszlai plays it short. So, third corner of the game. Szoboszlai goes short. Oh, nice touch. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And we've reached half-time. Valencia come roaring back in quite some style. We've got a very different game now. So we reach the halfway point.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Valencia head into the half-time break with a narrow lead, 2-1.
Se va a producir un cambio de jugadores. El dorsal 20.
Here's the start of the second half.
Serán sustituidos por el dorsal 16.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo.
El dorsal 8.
Valencia do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
Fermin. And it's Pedri. Iniesta, skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Pelé, nicely weighted ball. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Now it's Messi. Lovely, and the shot! Oh, taken with style. It's level again. What a match we have!
Well, this is just incredible. I mean, who would have seen this? Neither manager, I think. It's all happening.
That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Quite a thriller this one's become. Iniesta! Pedri.
We're in for an intriguing second half now, contrasting moods that could reverse in a flash.
Marquez. Pedri. And it's Doué. Looking to play him in. That's a sharp pass. Pedri conjures time and space where few can. Can he get on the end of this? Rijkaard did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Oh, that's been cut out, well played. And here's Alvarez. Just eases him off the ball. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Not the most accurate pass. Fermin. Valencia perhaps contemplating their next change here. And this is Messi. He is through here. There's the shot! He scores! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, a little more decisiveness on the ball and that probably wouldn't have happened, but still, it was very well played. Great pressure to force the error.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from... And the finish! I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
There is an irresistible, irrepressible look about them here.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Szoboszlai, passing is crisp and sharp. He's in plenty of space here. And it's Pedri. Pedri going face-to-face with his great rival. Shoots! And the ball's come loose here. That's a lovely, neat pass.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Good read, needed to be. Doué. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. And here's the chance to counter. And he's picked out the run. Lopez, he's found a way through. Tchouaméni did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And the shot! Pedri will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Pedri, Alvarez. Oh, that was vital.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Timber. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And it's Szoboszlai. Marquez. Alvarez takes a shot! Has another go! They've done it! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
All square again into the dying minutes.
It just goes to show you what determined...
And that's it. What a game, a contest of ferocity and marvellous talent from start to finish. Well, what are your thoughts on today's game then, Jim?
Outcome, but we've had a good variety in this game, despite it being anticlimactic.